This is the sit-slump test, testing for the sacrum mobility. We're looking for asymmetry of movement, and we're looking for asymmetry in spring. And we're comparing the movement of flexion and extension of the spine, or anterior and posterior rotation of the sacrum. So I'm going to start off by finding the PSIS's, and I like to kind of put the PSIS's on my the crease of my IP joint of my thumb, and by doing that I can follow that PSIS and roll along the bone until I fall off of bone and I know my fingertip is on sacrum. So if I just move a little medial to PSIS, I might still be on innominate. So that's why I tend to use that. So here's PSIS's. I'm going to kind of put my creases on. I'm going to angle inferiorly and roll, make sure I'm off of those innominates. And my fingertips are now on the sacral base on the right and left side. Personally, I like to flex my thumb and get a good bony contact so that I can look for asymmetries in depth. And I can, if my finger is kind of sinking into soft tissue and it's harder to judge, I can really just look at my knuckles to determine which one's closer to me, or if there's a change in relative position. So I'm going to ask you to sit up nice and tall, and a lot of times it's easier to get a bird's eye view to get an idea of depth and spring, and slump down, and check depth and spring. Okay, so if my thumbs are symmetrical in depth in slumping and extension sitting, sit up tall, then that is a negative test. If when we sat up and there was, let's say my right side is shallow, I would compare that to flexion, so slump down. So let's say they're level and then there's a relative change, sit up tall, and a right rotation or a right shallow position. That's an indication that this right sacral base is posterior in the extended position. If the right side was shallow in flexion and extension, then that may just be a bony asymmetry. We're really looking for a relative change according to position.